Alright, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another edition of 5-Star Supreme Wrestling with American influence, hot off the heels of another successful and incredible one-shot tournament. We have ourselves a new challenger for Miwako's World Championship. If you have not seen the one-shot tournament, now is your last chance to turn away before it is spoiled. Alright. I don't know why I clicked there. Etsuko won the tournament 1 month after Team Sub was forced to disband forever at the hands of Miwako. Etsuko Arihyoshi has won the one-shot tournament and will face Miwako Katsukawa for the World Championship in the main event. Etsuko vowed revenge for the downfall of Team Sub. Miwako called Team Sub stupid or something and then fucking made them retire. So, you know, Miwako is a hard challenger to beat. She has beaten Higa. She's beaten Jemmy. She's beaten fucking, like, everybody on this roster. But she has not wrestled a one-on-one match against Etsuko for this World Championship. There's the history, as you can see, the greatest match in wrestling history right there, 96 by Miwako and Thea Davis. But other than that, of course, we have some other storylines that are going to fall out as a result, especially with Miss Emiko Miyoshi finally standing up for herself at the one-shot Grand Prix finals. It wasn't a Grand Prix, but it was the finals. Standing up for herself, turning on Shiori Japensha. What's going to happen for her now? What's going to happen with Asami Okubo? Is Lucha X Stone? That's the wrong fucking team. Where are you? I don't know where they are. Maybe I already deactivated them. No, there they are. GB Violence. Why the fuck? I forgot about them. Their finisher's the Lucha X Judo. Are they still a team? Who knows? We will find out on this tour, so let's get into the first episode of Big Crush's tour. Yeah. Alright, and we are here for the first tour day. If you're confused as to why we're on the office screen, it's because I pre-booked something on the wrong tour day, and it doesn't let me move it once it's pre-booked in the PM part of the day, which is pretty annoying. But yeah, we got our first, as we know, Miwako versus Etsuko is main eventing the pay-per-view, and we have our first encounter between Chicas Locas and Green Lockdown in the main event tonight. But before all that, we have our Young Lion matches. Kicking things off, we have Down to the Mat defeating Akira and Ayano Katawaka. 53 for that. Hana Ajibana gets the pin for the victory. Great. Good opener. And we also had a 58 from Shiori Japensha and Asami Okubo against Nozomi and Mitsu. Asami, of course, did not turn on Shiori, but Emiko did. And Shiori lets everybody know that Emiko Miyoshi is a dead woman walking. If she shows her face in this company again, then Best Ever will put her to the mat and eliminate her, essentially. Just, you know, Amiko's not gone from the company. She'll be back eventually, but when she does, Shiori's going to be waiting for her. So, just the warning. 42 for that promo. We got a 66 as Green Lockdown's Chieko Kita, Thea Davis, and Sofia Yankovic defeat Connie Morris, Kinye Mushishibo, and Kiyomi Mazuka. Good match for who's involved. A 66 as Sofia Yankovic, the current Triangle Champion, hits the knockout head kick on Connie Morris, gets the victory, and then cuts a promo afterwards, essentially saying Hoshiko Tagawa thinks she can take this title from me. Whether or not she's going to get a championship match might not be up to me, but what is up to me is how she's going to win, and that is she won't. I don't know why I said it like that, but essentially, like, whether or not she gets a title match, I don't give a fuck because I'm going over. Which is, yeah, I mean, that's one way to put it. So Sophia says if Hoshiko wants to try her, try her. 43 for that. Our next match sees Venomous take on Romi Yamato, and Sei Akutagawa gets a perfect rating, 64. And Romi Yamato and Sei Akutagawa get the victory when Romi Yamato pins Spider Isako with a quick roll-up, beating Venomous via small package. The best way to do it, the Romi Yamato special, in 13 minutes and 32 seconds. Our next match sees the Big Three, holy fuck, a 76. Oh, it's because the big gamble finish worked. Oh my god, the big gamble finish paid off. Holy shit, look at that. All right. Wow. No, yeah. Icon Idols. The team of Eri Sato, Megumi Nakajima, and Yuma Maruya defeats Apex's Yu Hashimoto, Chitose Adiwara, and Kaori Takanouchi after 19 minutes and 3 seconds. The buzzsaw kick right across Kaori Takanouchi's head. Eri Sato gets the victory for the Icons. Yu Hashimoto was head and shoulders above everyone else. Okay, thanks. And afterwards, Yuma Maruya, she has a microphone. She says, I tried to call out Birds of Prey. I tried to get a tag team championship match for me and Eri Sato after the pay-per-view, yet Heart Saito had a problem with that. Heart, could you come out here and explain to me what the problem is? And Heart Saito, along with her tag team partner Paige Croft, they come out here. And Heart says that she is tired of letting Yuma Maruya constantly push her to the wayside. Whether or not what people were saying about it, that hasn't gotten to her head. It's the actions. Once it became more about Yuma Maruya winning the tag titles for Eri Sato instead of Wrestling Passion getting their tag titles back, that's where I have a problem. I have a problem because it's starting to feel like you are trying to overthrow our fucking niche, alright? Me and Paige, we are the tag team champions. We are trying to get our titles back, and you're out here trying to get the titles for yourself. That's where I have the problem. I don't have as much... Am I in your shadow? Yes, I'm not stupid. But I want my tag team titles back, and if you are going to try to get in my way, then we're going to have to settle this. And Yuma Maruya says, yeah, we are going to have to settle this. How about this? How about us versus you? Wrestling Passion, Kitten Tornado, at Big Crush, winning team gets the tag title match. And Heart Saito says, not only will I get that tag title match, but I will finally break out of your shadow and get my tag titles back when it's all said and done. So Yuma, you got yourself a deal. And Yuma shakes her hand and she says, if you win, but may the best team win. So yeah, set for Big Crush, our second match, Wrestling Passion, Kitten Tornado, tag team title #1 contenders match. Where is wrestling? There you are, at the bottom. Bang! Icon Idols colliding at the pay-per-view, 68 rated promo, and our main event only gets a 68 as Chicas Locas, Rika, Rina, Miwako, and Maya defeat Green Lockdown's Unstoppable Tai, Toku Kijimura, Maki Yoshifumi, and Etsuko Arihyoshi. Etsuko already did the hard part, winning the tournament, but in her first encounter against Miwako since winning the tournament, she loses. She loses, not to Miwako, but to Rina, pinning Toku Kijimura with the spinning back fist. Rina getting the victory for Chicas Locas, and Miwako says, look, I don't deny. Don't get me wrong. Don't take what I'm about to say as me denying your skill. I know your skill, Etsuko. I just saw you win the one-shot. However, if you are still riding high from that one-shot tournament win, then let this be you crashing down to earth, Etsuko. I am not going to be a cakewalk. I don't care what you had to go through. You are going to hit a brick wall when you meet me at Big Crush. So best of luck to you, Etsuko, because you are going to need it if you're going to try and take my world championship from me. 72 to finish the show. We, of course, have a post-show interview recap. The first interview we see, Devil Karubi is announcing that not only is Hoshiko Tagawa going to get a Triangle Championship match, but on the next tour show, we will hold a Triangle Championship qualifier, a triangle match to determine the third woman in the title match. And it will be between Hana Ajibana, Asami Okubo, and Spider Isako. Both Hana and Asami got victories tonight, and Spider Isako is somebody that I see a lot of potential in, and I want to give her a chance to break out. But that is when Romy and Sei intervene, and Sei Akutagawa says, hold on a second, Devil. Why is Romy not in this match? And Devil's like, well, she's kind of had multiple opportunities squandered. And Sei cuts her off, and she says, okay, I get that. But if she gets put in, and then she loses, she doesn't earn the title shot, correct? And she's like, yeah, that's how it would work. Okay, I feel like you just put Romy in, so she can prove that she's better than everybody. She beat Spider Isako tonight. If Spider Isako's in this match, why is Romy Yamato not in this match? Let's do a four-way. Come on, let's do a four-way. And Devil's like, Fine, let's do a 4-way. We don't do 4-ways ever. Let's do a 4-way. Romy did beat Spider. Fine. Romy, you're added to the qualifying match. 61. Rika and Rina say that since Kit and Tornado are not getting a tag team title shot, and 2 pay-per-views ago, they beat Wounded Warriors, they said, both them and Wounded Warriors said that this would be that match would determine who's gonna take the next step in the tag division. We won. We beat a member of Apex. Let's get that title shot. Birds of Prey, if you don't fear us, then give us a title match. Calling out Birds of Prey are Rika Rina. And the final angle we see is Toku and Unstoppable just kind of saying that this whole situation with Romy Yamato getting added to the Triangle Championship match is bullshit. They should have gotten that opportunity. They don't understand why Romy's constantly getting opportunities, and they're going to finally do something about it. So a 45 to end the show. Long show, 69, nice. Yeah, $13,000 gate. Let's fucking get it. Hell yeah. $13,000 gate to kick off the tour. Tour Day 2 is in the books, ready to be ran. Main eventing tonight, we have Birds of Prey, the current tag team champions. They were not on the previous show, but they are wrestling tonight alongside Yu Hashimoto to take on Green Lockdown's Termination and Thea Davis. We also, it's not pre-booked because, like I said, I pre-booked it on the wrong day like a dummy. The 4-way to determine who will be the final participant in the Triangle Championship match. It will be Hana Ajibana, Asami Okubo, Spider Isako, and because her best friend Sei Akutagawa forced her in there, Romy Yamato is also in that match. But before that opening contest, we have the not-so-opening contests as a 54 for Rika Rina versus Ayano and Nozomi, the first of 2 Young Lion matches. Rika Rina made the challenge to Birds of Prey on the end of the last show, like, hey, if Kit and Tornado and Wrestling Passion aren't getting a tag title match, we won that Prove Yourself match against Wounded Warriors. Let's get our shot. Let's get our chance to take that next step like we are going to. 54 for Rika Rina. And then we also had Hoshiko Tagawa and Lady Lotus. Hoshiko in a match ahead of seeing who her final opponent is going to be at the pay-per-view. But Lady Lotus won this one, I guess. Whoops. Oh well, Lady Lotus defeated Aikira with the Senton Bomb. Good for her. 51 for this angle. And in the opening bout, we have a 59 rated match. Does a lot better because it was a fuck finish. So, during the whole match, Romy Yamato is kind of like playing dirty. You know, she's been going pretty heel as of late, playing dirty, but also is Asami Okubo. Both of them are. Hana Ajibana and Spider Isako are doing an uphill battle here. At one point, Hana Ajibana is thrown out of the ring. This is the finish. Hana Ajibana is thrown out of the ring, and while the referee is distracted by a brawl going on between Hana Ajibana and Asami Okubo outside, the Termination run in, ambush Romy Yamato, and take her out. They said that they've had enough of Romy Yamato's shit. They're sick of her and her constant antics, and this is their way of being the equalizer. They take out Romy Yamato, throw her out of the ring. Asami Okubo wins that battle that her and Hana were having on the outside. She goes into the ring to get on Spider Isako, but Spider Isako gets a small package, a roll-up, 1, 2, 3, Spider Isako has stolen the match. Hana Ajibana is not able to break up the pin in time, and Spider Isako will be the third person in the Triangle Championship match at the pay-per-view, with an assist from the Termination. 59 for that. The next match sees the team of Maki Yoshifumi and Chieko Kita taking on Bulk and Blue. Good little match here. Chieko Kita gets the victory after 14 minutes and 5 seconds. 60 overall rating. So, good little match here. Our semi-main sees the return of Michiko Matsuda. Michiko Matsuda is back from injury, and what a return she had! 71. Good shit. They beat the team of Wounded Warriors and Sei Akutagawa. 71 for the match. Michiko Matsuda gets the victory in 1922, pinning Chitose Ariwara with the run-up Rana. We then have a promo. Megumi's like, everybody, round of applause to Michiko. She's coming off of an injury, and what a fucking performance that was. Winning the match tonight. Everybody give Michiko a huge round of applause. Crowd goes crazy. They love Michiko. And then Megumi says, while I have the microphone, I think it's time that I reestablish myself here in 5SSW. Over the past year, I haven't, I burped again. I haven't, exactly had the greatest year, alright? 2 years ago, I was in the finals of the J Grand Prix, and last year, I really wasn't able to come up with much. I got a world championship match, and I failed, and I started to think maybe, just maybe, I'm on the same trajectory as Yuma. Maybe my world title days are behind me. But you know what? Shiori Japensha and Maki Yoshifumi, they've been coming after me the past 2 months. And what happened? I beat them both. I think I have proven that I am still world championship caliber. And when Etsuko or Miwako, whoever is the champion, I am coming for them next. 61 rated angle. Megumi Nakajima wants the world title again. And our main event sees Birds of Prey. When do we... Oh my god, Yu Hashimoto with an 87. Oh my god. Alright. Cool. Birds of Prey win in an incredible fashion. 79 rated match. Just an overall very good match between these two trios. Match goes 23 minutes and 14 seconds. Fuyuko Higa hits the Higa Green Driver on Unstoppable Tai for the win. 79 rated match. And Birds of Prey respond to Rika Arena's challenge. They say, look, we were not on the show last 2 nights ago, but we heard you, Rika Arena. We heard you, and we kept an eye on you after you beat Wounded Warriors. However, you beat Wounded Warriors, and then what? Like, no disrespect, Wounded Warriors are some tough motherfuckers. That's why we allowed them in Apex. But what have you done to earn a tag title shot since then? We're not trying to dodge you. Don't get this wrong, Rika, Rena. We're not trying to dodge you. You gotta do more. You gotta do more, and we want you to prove that to us on the next show. Do more to our face. Face us in some sort of match and prove that you're worthy of a championship match. 80 for that segment. They are not in the business of giving handouts. That's how we end the show, but we do have some post-show stuff. The first thing being Romi Yamato and Sayaka Tagawa confronting the termination. They're like, what the fuck is that? Are you fucking kidding me? Blah, 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 blah. Why would you do such a thing? And Toku and Unstoppable are like, because we're sick of Romi. Because we're tired of her constant antics and shenanigans. So we did something about it. And if you two have a problem with us, then maybe you should do something about it. And Say and Romi are taken aback like, oh, they don't usually stand up for themselves. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we will do something about it. Maybe we will. 51 for that. Shiori Japensha is furious tonight. She is furious that Asami Okubo, her new pride and joy, Asami Okubo, was pinned by Spider Isako. Spider Isako had no business winning that match, and she confronts Hana Ajibana. She's like, Hana, you should have been there to break that pin up. Where the hell were you? And Hana's like, what? She DDT'd me on the floor. Your pride and joy DDT'd me on the, and she was like, you could have broken that up. Asami had that match won, and you screwed her over. If it wasn't for you, Asami Okubo would win the Triangle Championship at the upcoming pay-per-view. And Hana's like, dude, look, get out of my face. And then Shiori gets really close to her face. Lady Lotus steps in, and she's like, Shiori, if you want to mess with some of my friends, then you gotta mess with me too. And Shiori's like, oh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. 48. And our final segment is the heads of Green Lockdown, not named Etsuko. Essentially the 3 biggest names that aren't getting a world title match, saying that we heard Megumi's promo, and it's a bit of a shame that she thinks that she's got next for the world title, because we got next. Whether Etsuko wins or loses, we've all agreed that we're all going, when Etsuko wins the Green Lockdown Championship, when Etsuko wins the World Championship, we're all going to go for the title, and may the best woman win. So unfortunately for Megumi Nakajima, she's not getting a world title shot unless she wants to mess with us. 57 for that segment, and 80 for the overall show, because Birds of Prey are awesome. I didn't know if, $14,000 gate! Oh my god! Okay, woo! Next, are we gonna get a $15,000 gate next? Hell yeah. That's what happens when Birds of Prey main events a show. And Tour Day number 3 is upon us. We've got a fun 3v3v3, not in the main event tonight. But we have a 3v3v3 where the world champion Miwako Katsukawa is teaming up with Romy and Sei of Apex to face both the teams of Wrestling Passion and Megumi Nakajima, and the other team, which was Green Lockdown's Etsuko, Maki, and Thea Davis. But our main event tonight is Birds of Prey and Monster Ishimura taking on Maya and Rika Rina. Birds of Prey said that we are not in the mood for giving out handouts, so if you want the tag title match, you gotta earn it. And before all that, we have to... Oh, shit. The bar was yellow. Let me go back to that in a second. But we kick off with a Young Lion match as Determination defeat Aikira and Nozomi Tsumimasa. Good performance here from Toku. Why are we yellow? I didn't put the Steal the Show. Whoops. Forgot about that. Alright. Okay, cool. Alright, then... we have Ayano and Mitsu versus Kitten Tornado. I put an angle in the wrong spot, so ignore that. But yes, the other Young Lion match is Kitten Tornado versus Ayano and Mitsu. But going back to the previous match, afterwards, my fault, I put the angle in the wrong spot. After the match, Toku and Unstoppable are jumped by Romy and Sei, completely hit and run. Romy and Sei lay them out, run away like a couple cowards, just being real pricks here. Toku and Unstoppable, yeah, maybe they messed with the wrong person, maybe they didn't, we don't know. 44 for that angle. Up next, we have a 72 rated 3v3 as Hana Ajibana, Hoshiko Tagawa, and Lady Lotus take on Shiori Japensha and the Uprising. After 15 minutes and 14 seconds, Talia Quinzel pins Hana Ajibana with the spinal trauma, and Shiori Japensha makes her fucking presence known. As we know, she is pissed with Hana Ajibana, saying that Hana screwed over Asami Okubo in the Triangle Qualifier match, and Lady Lotus tried to back her up, so she is just having a field day, like, you are all such weak motherfuckers, and she orders another beatdown on these three in Chicas Locas, but it stops when Maya comes out to make the save. She says that this has gone on far enough. Shiori, over the past years, you have been losing your mind more and more, and it is becoming way too much of a problem for some of us to ignore. If you want to continue to beat down on my people because of some bullshit reasons, then fine, but you gotta go through me, Shiori. I might not be the actual official leader of Chicas Locas, but I'm a goddamn leader to these women. I might not be the in-name leader, but they look up to me, and I gotta stand up for them, and Shiori is like, oh, Maya, oh, look at you, so big and brave. Maya, you're no different than these three. You're just as weak and stupid, Maya. You could never take me on. 56 for this angle. Talia Quinzel has been giving me insanely good creative ideas, and she has zero creative ability. It's crazy. 56 for that angle. Our triple threat triangle match gets a 74. Just a fun way to progress multiple storylines here. We progressed the Miwako versus Etsuko storyline, the Romy and Sei versus Green Lockdown storyline, and this new Megumi Nakajima versus Green Lockdown storyline. Megumi wanted to challenge for the World Championship afterwards. Green Lockdown said that she's got to go through them, and in their first encounter, the members of Green Lockdown get the victory here. It's not an elimination match, ignore this. The match ends when Etsuko Arihyoshi locks in the Arihyoshi lockdown on Paige Croft, gets the submission victory, and Green Lockdown taunt over both. Maya was originally in this match, and then I forgot she was booked in a different match, so ignore that she's here. This match was a bit of a cluster to book, so I'm sorry. But yeah, so Green Lockdown kind of taunt over their opponents as Etsuko looks right at Miwako and says, Miwako, you win one match and you talk this big game. Miwako, all it takes is one lucky break or one mistake from you and I'm the new world champion. I know you think you're hot shit. I know you've been riding high for the past year and a half with that world championship, but it's all coming crashing down at Big Crush. It's not your night anymore. The clock will strike midnight or whatever. And then Maki and Thea, they look right at Megumi and they say, Megumi, we said you gotta go through us and you failed. We still got next for this world title and we don't care what you say. And then during that whole thing, Toku and Unstoppable just run and chase away Sei and Romy. Just Romy and Sei get out of there, but the Unstoppable, they chase them around. I thought that'd be funny. So 63 for this angle. Our main event gets a 73 as Chicas Locas do it. Rika, Rina do it. They get the victory. They prove themselves like Birds of Prey wanted. Birds of Prey said, prove yourselves in a three-way, and they did. After 23 minutes and 10 seconds, Rina Kasahara pins Fuyuko Higa with the spinning back fist, gets the victory, and they say, are we worthy yet? Birds of Prey, we know you weren't dodging our challenge, but I don't think you understood how tough we are. So at the pay-per-view, you're going to go down as one of the most disappointing tag team champions of all time. Two girls with so much hype, and all they had to show for it was a measly 3-month reign. Bang, 62, and we have only one moment from the post-show to get into, and that is Toku and Unstoppable saying, we're not doing this whole shit. We're not doing this whole game of we're going to chase Romy around, we're going to chase Sei around, they're going to do some petty crap. I know that's how they operate, and I know that we started picking a fight because of their petty crap, but we're not dealing with this. They can run and jump us all they want, but at the pay-per-view, we're getting our tag team match, and there's nothing they can do about it. 54 for that angle. Finish the show, we get a 73 overall. I'm glad it turned out good, despite the clusterfuck that was my misplaced and wrong person angles. It happens from time to time. If it happens again, then I gotta reevaluate my life, but hopefully it won't. Alright, we are here for the halfway point of the video, tour day number 4. We've done 3 shows, we got 3 shows ahead of us. Main eventing tonight, we have our first encounter between the inner warfare of Icon Idols as Yuma Maruya and Arisato will be teaming up with Shiori Japensha's right-hand man, Chieko Kita, to take on the world champion, Miwako Katsukawa, and Wrestling Passion. So the current champ and the former champs taking on a couple of girls that have not won the championships they're going for. So, without further ado, let's kick things off with our Young Lion matches as Venomous is good. I like Venomous. I gave Spider a chance to shine. I'm giving her a chance to shine, in the Triangle Championship match, so hopefully she does good. 50 rated match here. Spider Isako pins Ayako Katawaka. And a 51 for the Wounded Warriors Young Lion match. Wounded Warriors, also a very surprising success story. So, good. Opening the regular show, we have Icon Idols Sakura Sada and Yukiko Matsumara taking on Green Lockdown's Unstoppable Tai and Zofia Yankovic. I want to give Zofia Yankovic a win or two ahead of the Triangle Championship match. I want to give all of them, all of the ones in that match, kind of a win going into that match just to prove that they're all great. Yukiko did very well. Oh my goodness. Whoa, I did not see that coming. Unfortunately, she lost as Zofia Yankovic hit the knockout head kick on Sakura Sada to get the victory. 58 for the overall match. Up next, we get Maya in her chance to show and stand up for her stablemates as she teams with Hana Ajibana and Lady Lotus to take on Best Ever's Shiori Japensha, Asami Okubo, and Kinye Mushishibo. This match goes 18 minutes and 8 seconds, and Maya does get the victory. She stood up for her group, and she gets the submission victory, locking Shiori Japensha in the triangle choke. Getting the victory, 67. Lady Lotus has a gimmick that is getting stale, so let's get rid of her gimmick. We don't need one. We don't need them. But after the loss, Shiori does not take it well. She's been on like a fucking cocaine-esque run during this tour, and this was the first real setback she had. She called out Hana Ajibana and Lady Lotus and beat them, and then she calls out Maya and does not beat them, and she responds by ordering every single member of Best Ever to jump the Chicas Locas to jump Hana, to jump Lotus, to jump Maya, and Shiori Japencha says, look at you, Maya, look at you stepping up for your group and thinking that you're hot shit. Maya, you don't understand what you just did. You do not understand the battle you have just put yourself in. If you want to mess with the best wrestler ever, then you gotta back it up. Tonight meant nothing. You think you're better than me, you're not. And I'm gonna prove it to you when we go one-on-one at the pay-per-view. This match tonight meant nothing. The match at the pay-per-view is for all the marbles, Maya. 41, and we are gonna have Maya versus Shiori Japencha at Big Crush. What a match we have set there. A 69 for Megumi Nakajima and Michiko Matsuda taking on Maki Yoshifumi and Thea Davis. Maki, Thea, and Chieko got a victory over Megumi on the last show, but Megumi settles the score here, evens things up. 69, Megumi with a 70. 20 minutes and 18 seconds, Megumi got the victory, and afterwards, she says, hey, we could do this a whole song and dance. We can do it. Let's not waste our time. You three want next for the title. I want next for the title. How about we settle the score at the pay-per-view? I'll bring High Fly Royalty. You two bring a third party. Let's do a trios match. Let's actually settle who's got next. And Thea Davis and Maki accept. And we're going to have a trios match at the pay-per-view. They will announce their partner later after the show. 48 for that, and our main event gets a nice 75. Miwako Katsukawa is the best. This match goes 21 minutes and 46 seconds, and Hard Saito, she pins Eri Sato with the Flying Tiger Knee. So, yeah, Hart has been trying to get out of Yuma's shadow. She didn't beat Yuma herself, but beating Eri Sato in a trios match here kind of proves that, wow, maybe Hard Saito has it in her. Maybe she can beat Yuma. Maybe Wrestling Passion aren't doomed against Kitten Tornado at the pay-per-view. 75 overall for the main event, and we have two angles on the post-show. The first one being Hana Ajibana and Lady Lotus. They want to stand up for themselves. They say that this group isn't just Maya and Miwako looking out for other people. No, we were fucked over by you two. We want a chance to prove ourselves. Give us the Uprising, give us Asami, give us whoever. We want a chance to settle the score. And Shiori Japencha says, oh, by all means, I have no problem with that. However, unfortunately, the only match my stable will accept is a trios match. So, you guys can face Asami Okubo and the Uprising, and it can be against you and Hana and fuck, all your stablemates are busy, aren't they? This is the only option. And Hana and Lady are like, fucking, you know what, Shiori, whatever. We'll find a third partner. We'll find a teammate. I don't know why you think that just because nobody likes you, nobody likes us. We'll find somebody. We'll see you in a trios match at the pay-per-view. 59, and speaking of trios matches, Maki and Thea announced that the person that they are going to team with, the other person that wants dibs, that's calling dibs, that's got next on the world title when Etsuko Arihyoshi wins it, is going to be Chieko Kita. So it's going to be Maki, Thea, and Chieko versus Meg and High Fly Royalty in Michiko Matsuda's first pay-per-view match back. Overall, the show gets a 74, $13,000 gate. Kanto. All right. Oh my god, apparently 666 people were in attendance. Uh-oh. Well, that's bad foreshadowing for the pay-per-view, isn't it? Okay, only 2 more tour dates until the pay-per-view. Tour Day 5 is here, main eventing tonight. Last show, we had Miwako teaming up against Chieko in a odd couple trios match. So we're doing the same thing, but reversed. Etsuko is teaming up with an odd couple. She's teaming up with Birds of Prey to take on the team of Maya, Miwako's right-hand woman, and Rika Rina. So, yeah, that's happening tonight. We will also see Michiko Matsuda team up with Romy and Sei to take on Chieko Kita and the Termination. And Shiori Japencha has demanded a tag match against the Rose Queens. She demanded a tag match to prove, I guess, that Asami should be in the Triangle Championship match. I don't know what the long-term plan is, but hey, she demanded a match against the Rose Queens, so they put it together. And kicking things off is our first of 2 Young Lion matches. Hoshiko and Spider, who will be going at it at the pay-per-view, are teaming up tonight to take on... Damn, why do I only burp when I start fucking recording? It's gross. Teaming up to take on Akira and Mitsu Momotani. They get a 52. Good performance from Hoshiko Tagawa. And the other Young Lion match sees Monster Ishimura and Sayuri Honda defeat Ayano and Nozomi, which does have me curious how far along their experience. It's not bad. They've been teaming for, 2 months, and they're already at 13. By the time they graduate, they'll probably have that penalty gone. But yeah, kicking things off, Lady Lotus and Hana Ajibana have found their tag team partner, and it's Kade Sugiyama. We have not seen Kade in months, when she was forced out of Best Ever by Shiori Japensha to bring in Asami Okubo, and Kade Sugiyama is back to take on Best Ever. This match goes 11 minutes and 2 seconds. Kade Sugiyama wins in her first match back, making Connie Morris tap out with the spinning arm breaker. 56, good performance, decent little stuff, and Kade cuts a promo saying that she might be done full-time with 5SSW, but when Hana Ajibana and Lady Lotus reached out for the chance to take on Shiori Japensha and make her and Asami Okubo pay for what they did, she would not turn this down for the world. So she will be here until the pay-per-view to set the Best Ever group straight. 41 for this angle. The next match sees the Rose Queens taking on Asami Okubo and Shiori Japensha, but the match only goes 13 minutes and 51 seconds when Amiko Miyoshi's here. She runs in, she takes out Asami Okubo, and she takes out Shiori Japensha, costing them the match. Amiko shows up. She fucks over Asami and Shiori, giving the win for the Rose Queens. And she escapes as the Uprising try to hunt her down. But Amiko, first time we've seen her since that moment at One Shot when she turned on Shiori, and she got her ass kicked. She got ganged up on. The Uprising tried to stop her here, but she escapes through the crowd, waving goodbye to Shiori and Asami. Oh my god, Amiko Miyoshi's back. What the fuck? Amiko's here. After that huge fucking revelation, we have a show to go to, and the following match gets a nice 65 rating, as Michiko Matsuda, Romi Yamato, and Sayako Tagawa, they defy the odds. This very odd couple team gets the victory here, as Romi Yamato does it again. Romi Yamato hits Toku Kijimura with that fast roll-up, 1, 2, 3, just kind of proving that at any moment during their tag match at the pay-per-view, Romi could pull that bad boy out, and then it's over for the termination. So getting the victory tonight is Michiko, Romi, and Say. And in our main event, we get a fucking 81. Oh my god. As the challengers for the tag titles and Maya take on Etsuko and the tag team champions Birds of Prey. This match goes 22 minutes and 13 seconds, and even though Rick Arena were able to beat Birds of Prey in a trios match to get the tag title shot, they were not so fortunate tonight, as Jemi Onishi gets the victory, hitting Rika Tsujimura with the Flying Dagger leg drop and getting the win for Etsuko and Bop. So an 81 to end the show, but we have just one moment from the post-show that I want to get to and talk about. Amiko Miyoshi, this is recorded immediately after she just ran in, and she says, Shiori, I heard you. I heard you loud and clear. I'm a dead woman walking, right? I've got my work cut out for me, right? Send whoever the fuck you want. Send them all. Send Asami. Send Selena, send Talia, send Kinye, send any of them. Send any of them. Put me through hell. Put me through the ringer. But do whatever you want. Do your worst, because nothing that you can put me through is going to be worse than just being in that stable, being your underling, being a punching bag week in and week out for you, for your downfalls. Being the excuse for you is worse than anything that you could possibly throw at me. So do your worst. Do your worst. Send whoever you want. Give me a match at Big Crush. Send whoever you want, because I will run through them, and then I will run through you, and most of all, I will run through my coward of a former tag team partner. I will run through Asami Okubo. Shiori, do your worst. I'm begging you. 42 for that On the Run promo by Emiko Miyoshi. 81 for the show overall. We made $14,500. Tohoku, we're so over in Tohoku. Man, but yeah, we only got one more show before the pay-per-view, and Emiko Miyoshi is begging for a challenge, so what will Shiori Japensha do? Final tour show of the episode, Big Crush Tour Day 6. Emiko Miyoshi made her surprise return on the last episode, screwing over Asami Okubo and Shiori Japensha, and is begging Megumi to give her a challenge tonight. So we'll see how Shiori responds to that. Main eventing tonight, we have a monster 5v5 as Wrestling Passion, Paige Croft, and Heart Saito will be teaming up with Green Lockdown's Etsuko Arihyoshi, Thea Davis, and Chieko Kita to take on Icon Idols Machiko, Megumi, Kitten Tornado, and the world champion Miwako Katsukawa. And that is our main event. Kicking things off are our two Young Lion matches. The first one being Rika Rina versus Ayan Nozomi. Good 60. Rika got a 66. Good match from Rika. Rika here ahead of their tag title match. And the other one is Best Ever's Kiyomi and Asami Okubo versus Ayano and Mitsu. Not bad performance from Kiyomi. Asami also almost broke the 60, so good. Two Young Lion matches we have. 52 for this one. Our opener sees a 64, a perfect rating from Shiori, Kani, and Kinye as they defeat Sayuri, Chitose, and Kaori in 8 minutes and 58 seconds when Shiori Japensha submits Kaori Takenouchi with the Japensha leg lock. 64 for this match. And Shiori Japensha, she says, I don't know why her promos are so bad. I think Connie Morris did not help. Essentially says, Emiko, I don't know who the hell you think you are. I honest to God don't know who the hell you think you are. I don't know why you showed your face in this company again. I don't know why you had the balls to do what you did to me, but you did. You've made your bed and you're gonna lie in it, okay? Because after the pay-per-view, when you go one-on-one with the toughest American wrestler to ever cross their way into Japan, when you take on Connie Morris, you won't ever be able to wrestle again. And when you're sitting there on your bed, sucking on your jello, week in and week out, I will be at the foot of your hospital bed laughing at you and laughing at the failure you became when you thought that you could take on Shiori Japensha. 39 for that, and that is the final match that we have pre-booked. Opening the show will be Connie Morris and Emiko Miyoshi in Emiko's return match to 5 SSW after a 3-week absence. A 39 for that segment. A 63 for my favorite match type, which is the triangle match hype of a tag team versus tag team versus tag team. And believe it or not, all of the people in the Triangle Championship match are a part of established tag teams, but the champion, Zofia Jankovic, is the one who came out on top this time, eliminating Venomous first and then down to the mat. This can be a fucking elimination. I don't care. Zofia got a 53, Thea with a 71. Spider was really off her game. I hope that doesn't fucking happen. I hope that doesn't happen at the pay-per-view. Spider, I'm giving you a fucking chance, but hands in the air. It's too late to go back now. A 63 for the Triangle Championship height match. We get a tag match. We get Kade Sugiyama's first match back in 5SSW, and the Uprising have spoiled her return. The Uprising defeat Kade and Lady Lotus in 12 minutes and 14 seconds. Salinas Valette submitting Lady Lotus with the prawn arm lock, and the Uprising take the time to, oh man, the angle was a failure. It looked like it was going to be a good one. Just take the time to mock Kade Sugiyama. Like, there was a reason we exiled you from the company. We beat you so bad that you couldn't stay any longer in this company. There's a reason we did that. It's because you're weak. It's because you're frail. It's because you're past your prime. And you think after all this time, after this over a year and a half away from 5SSW, you can just waltz in here and fuck with the Uprising and all of Best Ever? Kade Sugiyama, you might have thought that you still have it in you, but you just made the biggest mistake of your career trying to take us on at the pay-per-view. 45 for this angle. Our semi-main is just a nice, fun singles match between Romy Yamato and Unstoppable Tai. Unstoppable Tai not happy that Romy Yamato pulled the fast one on her, and she went for it at least 4 times during this match, almost getting her with a small package in one of them, but Unstoppable Tai was able to kick out, turn the next small package into a tie bomber, get the victory in 14:33 for the 60 rated match. And our main event gets a 73 in All-Star 5v5 cross unit battle, but it is the world champion Miwako Katsukawa getting the victory, pinning Chieko Kita in 1948 with the Katsukawa bomb. A 73 for this match. And yeah, one last time before the pay-per-view, Miwako stands tall over Etsuko, raising her belt held high, possibly for the last time. But if tonight was any indicator, Miwako is looking good going into the pay-per-view. 62 for the final angle. Overall, we made $14,000. Gained no pop, but it's fine. But now, it is finally time to get into Big Crush 2024. And it is time for 5-Star Supreme Wrestling's Big Crush 2024 pay-per-view, headlined by one of the more anticipated world title matches I have booked in quite some time, Etsuko versus Miwako for the world championship. I'm not gonna go through the whole card build like I do with Coastal Zone because you all watched that. So, opening the show will be Amiko Miyoshi versus Connie Morris in Amiko Miyoshi's return match. Then, it will be Kade Sugiyama and Chicas Locas, Lady Lotus, and Hana Ajibana versus Best Ever's Asami and the Uprising in Kade Sugiyama's return match. The Triangle Championship is up for grabs. Zofia Yankovic defends against Hoshiko Tagawa and Spider Isako. The Termination have been fucked with by Romy and Sei for too long, so now they will get a chance at revenge against them at in the next match. Then, after Megumi tried to say she's going for the world title, Green Lockdown said no. Where is this? Right here. Green Lockdown said, no, this is our time. We got this on lock. We have a plan for when Etsuko wins the world title. Leading to this trios match between Thea Davis, Maki Yoshifumi, and Chieko Kita, and Megumi and High Fly Royalty. Shiori Japensha is taking on Maya in a match that spawned from this whole goddamn shit in the Triangle Championship, where Hana Ajibana wasn't able to break up a pin, and Shiori blamed her for Asami losing that match. Long story short, Maya's standing up for her girls, and that's why this match is happening. Kitten Tornado versus Wrestling Passion. Winning team gets a tag team title shot. Both Kitten Tornado and Wrestling Passion want the match, even though they're in the same stable. Heart Saito said she's done sitting in Yuma's shadow, and she was going to accept it until Yuma went and tried to take her division from her. Her and Paige have been running the tag division. They wanted to get their titles back, and she will not let Yuma get that shot before her. If this is how she breaks out of her shadow, then this is how she breaks out of Yuma's shadow. Our semi-main sees Birds of Prey take on Rika Rina for the tag team title. And in the main event, of course, winner of the 2024 one-shot tournament, Etsuko Arihyoshi versus Miwako Katsukawa. So without further ado, let's get right into the pay-per-view, and we kick things off with a fast-paced, high-speed match from Emiko Miyoshi and Connie Morris. What a goddamn carry job by Emiko Miyoshi. In her return match in 5SSW, Emiko Miyoshi defeats Connie Morris in 7 minutes and 44 seconds with a submission. Emiko has said, Shiori, bring whoever the fuck you've got, because I'm going to get my revenge on you and Asami. Send whoever you want. I'm going to go through them. And she has so far already gone through Connie Morris. 69 to open the show. Up next is the trios match. The Kade Sugiyama trios match. And it gets a nice 70. As Kade Sugiyama and Chicas Locas they surprise everybody and defeat Asami Okubo, Talia Quinzel, and Selena Zvalette in 10 minutes and 14 seconds when Lady Lotus pins Asami Okubo with the Senton Bomb. The girls in Best Ever did very, very well. Kade actually kind of held her own tonight, which I am very surprised about, but a pleasant surprise. However, this was not a pleasant surprise for Best Ever, as they take the time to ambush the baby faces in their defeat, and they start beating them down until who else but Emiko Miyoshi. Emiko Miyoshi makes the save, saves Hana Ajibana, Lady Lotus, and Kade Sugiyama from Best Ever, and then the crowd realize, holy shit, Kade Sugiyama and Emiko Miyoshi. Lucha X Stone. Emiko Miyoshi turned on Kade Sugiyama and was a part of that group that exiled Kade from 5SSW. But she has saved her tonight. And Kade and Emiko, they aren't exactly best friends, but they're both in this fight against Best Ever. And they are able to, I guess, mend the bridge to a certain extent here tonight. Just a fun callback between Kade and Emiko we have, as Emiko Miyoshi not only saves Kade, but saves members of Chicas Locas. 46. Our Triangle Championship match is up for grabs. Zofia, Hoshiko, and Spider Isako go at it. And a 64 perfect rating. 62 from Sofia Jankovic. An incredible performance from our Triangle Champion, as she makes defense number 3 in, her Triangle Championship reign. The match goes 13 minutes and 10 seconds, but she's able to hit Spider Isako with the knockout head kick, retain her championship. What a showing from Zofia Jankovic. What an absolute showing from her. 64 for that. In the following segment, Sei Akutagawa and Romi Yamato take on the Termination, and the current All-Asian champion. I missed the fucking button. I did miss the button. Shit. Oh my god, I did miss the button. Whoops. Oh my god. Okay, there's a lot to unpack right now. Okay, hold up. There's a lot to unpack. Oh my god. I thought I missed the button. It took a long time to sim. So, okay. Sorry about that. Let's go back. The Termination defeated Romi Yamato and Sei Akutagawa when Unstoppable Tai pinned Romi Yamato, a 78 for that match. Unstoppable Tai did the same thing. Romi Yamato tried to get that quick cradle, but Toku was able to break it up, and Unstoppable Tai is once again able to pin Romi Yamato. In the following match, it gets a fucking 89. It gets an 89, and we see Green Lockdown defeat Icon Idols. After 20 minutes, it was, Green Lockdown defeats Icon Idols and gets the victory, and afterwards, they cut a promo, essentially like, yeah, now that Megumi is handled with, a 91 for Megumi, fucking crazy, 91, sorry, now that Megumi Nakajima is quote-unquote handled with, Thea Davis and Maki Yoshifumi will make sure that Green Lockdown get the next world title run, whether or not Etsuko wins the main event, which they know she's gonna win. But in case they don't, they are going to go right after Miwako Katsukawa. And Chieko Kita says, after watching the current All-Asian champion fall to the termination, now is the time. She strikes. She is going after the All-Asian Championship. She wants to win the second biggest title in 5SSW, while her former tag team champion is winning the World Championship. So even in death, Team Sub will still stay on top. So Maki and Thea are going for the world title, and Chieko's kind of shocking us and saying, no, I'm going for the All-Asian Championship. Alright, let me make sure I fucking don't mess this up. Oh my god. Up next we have Shiori Japensha versus Maya. This match also goes 20 minutes, and Maya looks to have the victory here. She has the triangle choke locked in. Shiori's fading fast, but as she's about to pass out, the referee gets distracted by Talia Quinzel. Shiori taps out while the ref isn't looking, allowing Maya. She loosens her grip. She doesn't fully let go of the grip, but she loosens it, feeling Shiori Japensha tap. When she is blindsided by Selena's Valette, Shiori Japensha capitalizes on the situation, locks in the Japensha leg lock, and screws Maya out of a victory in 19 minutes and 56 seconds. The fans were turned off by the finish. That's why it happened so early on the show. 87 match rating. They proved how good they were. 84 with a fuck finish. I'll take that. Sometimes you just gotta do it. I'm sorry. But yeah, Shiori cheats to beat Maya. She talks this big game about being the toughest and strongest leader, and here she is cheating to win against Chicas Locas' second biggest name. So, that's all I'm gonna say. Up next, Kitten Tornado, Wrestling Passion. Winner gets the tag title shot. Wrestling Passion lost to Birds of Prey in a very, very hard-fought loss, and they want their tag title match back, but Yuma Maruya has been promising to win these tag titles with Eri Sato, bring Eri Sato to that next level, and once Yuma made the challenge, Heart Saito's like, hold on a minute, don't fuck me on this, don't take my tag titles from me. And so we led to this. It's led to this match. Paige Croft and Eri Sato, they don't have huge beef with the other team, so when Paige Croft's in the ring, it's relaxed. Not relaxed, but like, it's a spar, When Yuma's in the ring with Paige, it's a spar. When Heart's in the ring with Eri, it's a spar. But at the end of this match, at like the 16-minute mark, for the first time in this match, Heart Saito and Yuma are both the legal woman. And they slowly walk to the middle of that ring. And Yuma, she says, "You ready?" And Heart doesn't even respond and just wails on a forearm. Yuma responds with a forearm, and a chop, and a forearm, and a chop, and a forearm, and they fucking kill each other. Yuma and Heart go absolutely crazy for the final 4 minutes of this match, but there can only be one victor. And after getting bruised and battered and sent up and down and back and all around the card, Heart Saito comes up short once again. After 19 minutes and 59 seconds, Yuma Maruya pins Heart Saito with a split-legged moonsault and gets the victory for Kitten Tornado. Meaning that Kitten Tornado will take on either Birds of Prey or Reek Arena at the next pay-per-view, Queendom Parade. And after the match, Yuma Maruya's chest is bright fucking red, Heart's is bright red. And with it all said and done, being able to get their anger out, Yuma Maruya offers her hand. Heart Saito is sitting, knees bent, staring just directly forward, just looking off into space. And Yuma walks in front of her and says, "Heart, from the bottom of my heart," pun, from the bottom of my heart, I am proud of you. You are one hell of a competitor, and even though you were unsuccessful tonight, you will break out of my shadow eventually. And she offers a hug, and then Hart slaps it away. She slaps the hug away, and Yuma and Eri are like, whoa. And Hart's like, she's giving her a little bit of the bug eyes, and she's like, sorry. I'm sorry. It's just a real heartbreak. I'm sorry, Yuma. I don't need to escape your shadow. We're in this together. And then big ol' hug to hug it out. Of almost a turn. But no. Hart Saito realized whether she's in Yuma's shadow or not, she's in what she thinks is the best faction in all of 5SSW. So yeah. Kitten Tornado going to the next pay-per-view to take on the winners of this next match, Birds of Prey and Rika Rina. This match gets an 84. Rina, not too great. Rika with an 80. Great fucking stuff from Rika here. This match goes 21 minutes and 43 seconds, but it is the Birds of Prey who get the victory. He pins Rika with the death from above. Birds of Prey make their second defense of the 5SSW tag team titles. There was some moments where it seemed Rika Rina might just be able to pull it off. They got that win. They got that win in the trios match on the tour. They have it in them, but tonight they weren't able to catch lightning in a bottle again, and Birds of Prey end victorious with the tag team titles. And after the match, they are confronted by Kitten Tornado, who essentially say, look, you've talked a big game. You're two of the greatest singles competitors of the last decade. But it's time for you to earn your keep, and it's time for us to earn our keep. We've both talked a big game. You've talked about how you're going to save the tag division. I've talked about how I'm going to bring Eri to the next level. We both have a lot to prove, and we're going to be facing off at Queendom Parade. Only one team will survive. So, tag team title match, Kitten Tornado, Bop, tag team titles on the line, pre-book 68, and it's time for our main event, Miwako Katsukawa, Etsuko Arihyoshi, one-on-one, absolutely no fucking love lost here. If you thought the Yuma and Hart battle for 4 minutes was great, and was intense, and had a lot of energy, imagine that for fucking what? 5 times as long? For 5 times as long, with more energy in there. Etsuko, forced to disband with her tag team at the hands of Miwako, vowing revenge, winning the one-shot tournament only to constantly be put down and berated by the world champion, saying that you will never win the championship, saying you don't, why do I keep burping, saying you don't have it in you. Etsuko proved that she has it in her. She won the one-shot tournament, and going against Miwako is one of the hardest competitions you can even do. And eventually, they just keep fighting and keep fighting, but Etsuko, she locks in the Arihyoshi lockdown, and she has it on. She has the hold on for at least 2 minutes, and Miwako, she muscles her up. She muscles her up, and she turns the Arihyoshi lockdown into a Katsukawa bomb. Bang! 1, 2, 2.9. Etsuko kicks out at 2.9. The crowd is stunned. After that impressive feat of strength, Etsuko is able to kick out. And the match continues, and it keeps going, and eventually, Miwako, she puts her up again. She goes for the Katsukawa bomb, but Etsuko does the same thing to her. Miwako turned Etsuko's finisher into her own. Etsuko does the same. She goes up for the Katsukawa bomb, and Etsuko turns it into the Arihyoshi lockdown. But as it seems as Miwako is about to tap, the time limit expires. Fuck, she broke her tailbone. No! No! Oh my god, a 30-minute time limit with a broken tailbone. Holy shit. Miwako Katsukawa. And they pulled out an 85 with a broken fucking tailbone. Oh my god. She wrestled. Okay. Alright. Alright. Time limit draw. Goes 30 minutes. Etsuko. That's crazy. Oh man. Cracked tailbone. That's very unfortunate. It's her second injury in this save. Hopefully it won't last too long. But, yeah. 30-minute time limit expired. Etsuko and Miwako. Hey, it got an 85. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with as long as it's blue. Like, I can't get mad with that injury. It is what it is. 30-minute time limit expires. Etsuko, that's right, yeah. 85 with an injury is an incredible performance from both of these girls. So, I'm fine with this. I'm happy with how it went down. And after the match, Etsuko and Miwako, they get up. Etsuko has to let go of the lockdown, and she looks right at Miwako, and she says, 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds, and I would be the new world champion, Miwako. You know we have to run this back. You couldn't beat me. You talked this big game. You talked about how you're better than me, about how fucking you're better, you'll win. How come you didn't beat me? We need to run this back. But before Miwako can even, before Miwako can even say anything, Monster Ishimura and Yu Hashimoto come out. Two women who were not on the show. They surprise everybody and show up, and they look right at Etsuko, and they say that this is it. Green Lockdown has had their fun. Alright, they can talk this big game. Maki Yoshifumi, Thea Davis, Chieko Kita, all of you guys can talk this big game about how you got next, and Green Lockdown's gonna be the next contenders. Are you forgetting the power that Apex has? Even though our two most popular members are the tag team champions, this group is still stacked with star power. So if you think that Green Lockdown can just get a world championship match again, you are sorely mistaken. It is Apex's time for the world title. Get out of our ring, Etsuko. And 57 to end the pay-per-view. For the love of God, 87 overall show. Match of the night was fucking this. Look at that. Oh my god. First off, Miwako's gonna be so fucking mad about that injury. Who else is mad? Romi's mad. Somebody else is mad. Rika was mad about something stupid. Oh my god. Beautiful. Beautiful. She won't even miss a pay-per-view. She won't even miss a pay-per-view. That is the best case scenario. She can work a match or two, but not gonna fuck with it. I'm not gonna fuck with it. I'm not gonna fuck with that. I got off lucky. I'm fine. We're fine. $162,000 in fucking revenue. And we don't gain a popularity point in Kansai. A bit of a shame. Yeah. I am so unbelievably relieved. Oh my god. I am so fucking relieved. Oh. You do not know the stress. My finger was quivering clicking on that injury review button. I got flashbacks to the fucking... Oh. Okay. Alright. Whew. Genuinely, like, fuck. Whoa. Alright. So, yeah, we have our, Right, Spinal Impact. I know. God, do I know to turn that shit off. Alright. So, I need to breathe after that. So yeah, big storyline developments happening after Big Crush there. Miwako able to escape with the World Championship. However, she did not beat Etsuko. She did not lose the title or the match, but she did not beat Etsuko. So whether Miwako will want to admit it or not, or whether Apex will want to admit it or not, Etsuko should be getting a rematch eventually. Who knows when? Who knows against who? Who knows if Miwako will even be the champion by then? But more importantly, we are going to have a star-studded tag team championship main event on the next pay-per-view as Birds of Prey and Kitten Tornado fight for the 5 SSW tag team championships. So, I hope you all enjoyed this very stressful ending to this edition of 5-Star Supreme Wrestling, and I hope you all come back for episode number 28.